Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from bright, shiny San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Some of you may have noticed a little shift in my tone and intensity, and it is only because I never get sick, and yet there's some kind of junk in the air that's just getting in my lungs and if I start going berserk like I normally do, I'll end up coughing and hacking. So I'm taking a chill pace. You create the habit, then the habit creates you. I was communicating with a friend of mine this morning, talking about, he's experiencing what everybody experiences, myself included, the frustration of just seeming to go through the motions. It was in reference to a workout. And this is the thing that Zig Ziglar says when he was questioned at one time when somebody said, "Oh, you're one of those motivational speakers." Well, there's just not much to that. Motivation doesn't last. And Zig responded wisely, "Well, neither does bathing, which is why we recommend it daily." You see, being motivated, being inspired is not something that automatically happens. You get to choose which stimuli that you bring into your mind and that you bring into your world, and the conversations and the relationships that you surround yourself with that will have some type of effect on you. That's why we understand as parents how critical it is to surround our children with great kids, and yet as adults we forget to surround ourselves with great adults who will continue to have high-level conversations and high-level growth. So here's what we talked about, just touching on it this morning. You create the habit, then the habit creates you. The good news is everything that you hope to achieve, whether it be with building wealth or whether it be with saving money or whether it be your physical health and well-being, a fitness goal or a weight goal or a body look goal, or whether it be a business goal, whatever it may be, the good news is none of us has to reinvent the wheel. Success leaves clues, and there are others who've gone before us who have accomplished these things that we can model and that we can follow in order to achieve and experience the opportunity to have the same results. The challenge is 98% of the people fade away during the habit building process because people, especially Americans, get caught up in only being motivated to take action when they feel like it. I don't feel like I'm in love anymore. I don't feel like doing my job. I don't feel like I don't feel like it. I don't feel like eating that nasty chicken again. I don't feel like it. And we get completely, what up, Trent? We get completely connected to and caught up with this sense that whoever told anybody that to do what you got to do, you have to feel like doing it. If you believe that that's how it has to be, that is a key indicator in failed attempts at creating a habit. Now, here's the good news I want to give you. The good news is if you will force yourself through a couple of tools I'll share with you this morning to create the habit of doing that thing you need to do to accomplish the goal you're attempting to accomplish, if you'll fight through, there comes a point when the activity and the action becomes somewhat habitual and therefore a lot easier to initiate and then to follow through with. So really, someone doesn't have to maintain the intensity of motivation and self-discipline that it takes to begin something. Let's just take going to the gym. I don't know how many millions of people are going to buy a gym membership the first week in January and then quit the last week in January because they're just not going to feel like going anymore, or I still can't fit into my skinny jeans, or I'm working so hard and I gained 2 pounds. Well, there's a process and it takes time, and people do not realize that when you are creating the habit, that is the most difficult time for you to get into the pattern of changing and becoming a different person through this lifestyle change. It's a lot like an airplane at the airport taking off. The entire flight is not full thrusters, balls to the wall, going crazy all out as fast as possible. Not at all. The most energy and effort is exerted upon takeoff. Takeoff is when it's full throttle, balls to the wall, going hardcore, redlining it, just boom. It takes the most energy to take off. Once you get in the air, the captain pulls way back on the throttle, and then he uses the wind and then the momentum to keep going. And see, most people lose heart during the takeoff and never give themselves an opportunity to create and develop the habit. So here's the 2 tools that I want to give you to think about today. Number 1, you have to know exactly what it is that you need to do. This is a resource. What do I have to do to achieve the goal? You have to write it out, know what those steps are, and know how to follow it, and preferably somebody to model. And number 2, you've got to get accountability. You have to have someone that you can have a accountability conversation with on an ongoing basis to help you stay on track if you're going to succeed. Now, there are those people who will do it without that, and yet the numbers are very, very few. They're like 2%, okay? So if you want to join that 2%, do what the 2% do. Know exactly what to do, commit to doing it, recognize that it's going to be very painful and you're not going to feel like it a lot until the habit is created, and then get accountability so that you can keep yourself on track. So for those of you that are thinking about entering fitness during this new season coming up, get yourself a personal coach at the gym, get yourself a workout partner, get yourself a very clear workout and a very clear eating plan, and your chances of succeeding are that much higher. So continue to create and develop and fight until the habit is created. Then you run into the momentum phase where you're not having to put out nearly as much effort, and you'll actually start enjoying it because the benefits and the results will start showing up. You guys have a great day.